First, you want to heat some oil. I used olive oil. I usually start heating it at a low to medium to make it burn. And then I'm adding green peppers. Some of them are a little red. That's just what I had left over. And chopped up garlic and chopped up onions. And I'm going to saute them, or what they call sweat it, in the oil. Sweating just means if you cook them kind of low so that they start to get translucent or clear, you can kind of let them just go. But that's why you don't want the heat up too high, because if the heat is up too high, they'll burn and they'll cook too quick. So you're just trying to get the sweetness out. This is the mushrooms. Ignore all those peppers because you're not going to eat those. And we're going to put them in a hot pan. As you see, it doesn't have any oil in it. I added pepper and I added Worcestershire sauce because I find that mushrooms taste a lot like beefy or meaty. The ketchup is what makes the sweet in the sloppy joe. Now I put tomatoes in here. I forgot to show you the tomatoes with the peppers once they cook down some, and then I added some ketchup. The ketchup again is going to be what adds the sweet to the sauce. So this is basically your sloppy joe sauce, and this is basically, these mushrooms are basically your meat. You'll see that they're cooking down, rendering water, or they're liquid, and that's why I don't add any oil or anything, because they don't need anything. They're not going to stick to the pan anyway. So we have pepper, Worcestershire sauce, and the mushrooms, and then here is your sauce cooking up. It's tomatoes. If you don't have fresh tomatoes, I use 3 fresh tomatoes. You can also use tomato sauce, and then the mushrooms. They're real hot and steaming up the camera. And you can see they cook down a little bit, rendering out a lot of their liquid. If you take the lid off, then they'll start to sop up their liquid, and that's when you add your sauce. The sauce also, I add mustard to it based on the recipe that I read, and the mustard really does add that flavor. I don't know what all of that is. You'll have to excuse me moving around. And then I blend it in the blender just a little bit, like pulse it. And the reason I pulsed it in the blender is because that's what makes it kind of like meaty. Again, a whole bunch of mess. Ignore all my mess. And there you have it, sloppy joes.